Welcome to the Bite Size Brilliance Podcast. I'm your host, April Darley, and today I want to talk about believing in things that don't exist. Now, there are two main things that I see from clients who really they want this to be true so bad, even though a piece of them realizes it's not true. And no, I'm not talking about Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, but those are also really great things about how when we're children, we're encouraged to sometimes believe in things that don't exist. But as adults, the two things we believe in, and not only just that, we work really hard to attain them as if they were absolutely possible, is number one, perfection, and number two, to be universally liked. Now, so let's dive into that. Perfection. There is no perfection on this planet. We are this delightful mix of order and chaos in some form or fashion that just will alternate between order, organize, ease, growth, and then disordered chaos, and everything is a dumpster fire. So, but if you believe subconsciously that perfection is possible, and one of the reasons that we do subconsciously believe in perfection is it's a survival or protective mechanism because your subconscious, who has no logic in it, it's purely emotion, feels like if I am absolutely perfect, then people will love me. Everyone will love me. And if everyone loves me, then I will be accepted. And if I'm accepted, I'll be safe. And if I'm not perfect, it's going to undo all of the good works that I've done. And I have to be absolutely perfect to survive. And then that belief actually is tangled in with the universal acceptance belief. But when you bring logic into it, we can see that practically nothing in nature is perfect, that there's beauty in the flaws, that nature actually embraces chaos as normal. But when we don't embrace chaos as normal and we continue to work for this ideal that doesn't exist, like perfection, we're creating an enormous amount of stress on ourselves emotionally. Because logically, we can admit perfection doesn't exist, but emotionally, we feel, yes, it does. You're just not good enough. So, the way you get out of that spiral is to almost become like a parent to a child. If a child asks you, Mommy, can I have chocolate cake for breakfast? You're going to probably say no because you recognize that that's not healthy and good for you. The same thing you have to do with that thought process. When the fear of perfection creeps in, that you're not going to make it, you really do have to be that higher self voice that says perfection is impossible. And trying to attain the impossible is keeping you in this vicious cycle of anxiety, stress, imposter syndrome. You feel like you're not good enough and nothing you could ever do would good enough. And that message is going to be fed even further down into your unconscious brain, which controls your fight, flight, or freeze reflex. And then that's reflex gets the message that you are in imminent danger. If you're not perfect, imminent danger, and you're about to die. So, your insistence on perfection is the thing that keeps this pathway stirred up. And you've got to learn to shake it off and relax and go, you know what? If I'm not perfect, I'm normal. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just like everybody else, which is what another part of you wants. So let's dig into that. Another piece of you wants to be universally liked. And that is another impossibility because no one who has ever walked the surface of this planet has been universally liked, including whatever spiritual or religious figure that you want to put in that blank was never universally liked. Everybody on this planet has had haters. And you could have a great following, you could even have a great message, but somebody is not ready to hear your message or just flat out disagrees with you. And that's another thing that we need to learn is what is called a verity of life or truth of life. That being universally liked is also going to keep you in a stuck cycle. And if you really dig into the logic of it, there are people you don't really like. Maybe you love them on a deeply spiritual level, but you don't like what they say or you don't like what they do. And if you had a choice to hang out with them, you probably wouldn't. So you don't like slash love everybody on this planet. And in the same token, they won't like slash love you either. And that is okay. It doesn't mean you're a jerk. It doesn't mean you're bad. It's that we all have preferences. And to learn to forgive yourself if you're not universally liked, and to forgive others if they do judge you or not like you. And that's their prerogative and their preference. But if you feel and you constantly work toward, I have to be perfect and everybody has to like me, it's going to keep you in this cycle of failure and unworthiness. And that isn't going to help you be happy. It's not going to help you find joy. It's not even going to help you find success, however you define it. The way you're going to reach those things is by learning to love the chaos, learning to love the individuality that is you, and learning to love people even if they don't love you. You can still love them and treat them with compassion that they're your fellow human, and just let that stuff roll off. It's okay if you're not liked. It's okay if some people don't love you. And it's okay if you're not perfect, because there are plenty of people out there that is just brilliant and you are the best match for them possible. They're going to want to listen to what you have to say. They're going to want to be your friend. They're going to want to be your lover and everything in between. So there is a tribe for you, and you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to be universally liked to fit in with that tribe. And it's about finding that safety and okayness within yourself, even if you would prefer that Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny were real, just like you would prefer perfection and universal love was real. Learning to be okay with the fact that they're not is one of the greatest strengths that you can have, because it is going to positively impact your experience here on planet Earth. And that's what we all want, right? So I am wishing you so much love, my friends, and give yourself a break. Shake it off. You're doing a great job. Humanity is hard stuff. And if you would like to have more mindset tips, tricks, and shifts, then sign up for my email list over at aprildarley.com. Just scroll to the bottom of any page on that website, and you'll get a weekly email to help you see things from a different perspective. And that's all designed to make your life better. Have a great week, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.